Hey, this is Jan from Log Cabin Leather, and today I'm here to introduce you to my Rainforest Collection of handmade leather items. First, I'm going to tell you the story behind what inspired the collection. Then I'm going to briefly show you some of the items from the collection, which includes earrings, wall decor, and some tote bags. I'll tell you how you could have gained early bird access and so forth to the launch and the benefits of joining my email list. I will also give you links to the collection and so forth, and um, tell you about a special promotion and what I'm doing to help the rainforest. This collection was inspired by my teaching career. I was a teacher for 30 years, and 20 of those years I taught kindergarten in a private daycare. I set the curriculum and so forth, and it was a very small daycare, only 24 children total, from infants to 6-year-olds. And I had the kindergarten program, we called it, but it was really pre-KK. I had 4.5 to 6-year-olds. So I had a 2-year program, and I did 4 themes a year. So they were 14, 12, 14-week themes, and they covered everything that I taught. Books, stories, projects were all related to that theme all day, every day. And the kids absolutely loved it. Field trips, all that kind of thing. So some of my themes were ocean, space, dinosaurs, Native Americans, insects. But my very favorite theme of all was the rainforest. And with each theme, we would turn our classroom into that environment. Space, we'd have astronauts flying across the room and spacecraft and things like that. Dinosaurs hanging out of the walls. But the rainforest, we turned the room into a rainforest. All with the smells, with the sounds, everything. Every song we sang, every book I read to them, things like that. All the projects related to the rainforest. We had rainforest animals hanging from the vines on the ceiling, and which actually grab adults when you went by because of your height and things like that. So it was a blast, and I absolutely loved it because the rainforest has so many beautiful animals, the colors, the uniqueness, and so forth. It's just absolutely amazing. So last summer, when somebody asked me if I made, frog earrings, it's like I would love to do a rainforest collection. I did an ocean collection last year, so kind of theme collection. So this year I have the rainforest collection. Which really started off, it's mostly earrings. So I have amphibian earrings, flower earrings, mammal earrings, and then I kind of continued from there because I absolutely love them. So let me show you some of the earrings to start with. So my amphibian collection includes like iguanas, chameleons, basilisk lizards, and so forth. So you have the cute little earrings. These are all hypoallergenic surgical steel wires. Again, you notice this one's on gold, these are on silver. Any of that stuff can be custom ordered if you want. I can't always change it like if you write an event, but if you're interested in something and you tell me things like that, I certainly is doable. Everything I make is made by me. These are all my own patterns that I created, mostly from the books and things, patterns and things I had from when I was a teacher and teaching the rainforest to my students. So we have the poison dot frogs, the arrow frogs, the tree frogs, and again, they really do look like they're crawling. They're 3-dimensional. So I think those are kind of fun. So that's kind of, there's a couple more things, but that's mostly the amphibian collection. Then I went on and did birds, which really my favorite bird, one of my favorite birds from the rainforest anyway is the Spix macaw, which I really always call the teal macaw because it's got the teal color, but it's actually called the Spix macaw. It has a beautiful teal color, and of course toucans, some of the most common, rainforest. I was trying to do a quetzal, but I didn't know if too many people would know what that was, and my pattern for that was not coming out successfully, so that did not enter the collection at this point. So we have those on hand. But the Scarlet macaw, the hummingbirds. So those are some of the birds, and then I have some mammals as well. So we have, and they have, a lot of them have little babies. So these 3 have little babies. So we have the sloth, the koala, and the spider monkey, all with their little babies with them. So I think most of them, again, I'm not saying I can't wear earrings, otherwise I'd have a pair on. They're really lightweight, which is nice about the leather because it has no, there's not much weight to them. They also had panda and elephant, but unfortunately the elephants are already gone because if you join my email, you get early bird access to all my launches. I generally launch 3 product launches a year, one in February, one in June, which is now, of course, and then one in September. And or anybody on my email list gets early bird access always to the new collections, which means they get 6 to 10, they get access to the collection early. So this time it was 6 in the morning, but they also got a BOGO sale. So they got buy one, get one, 50% off. So if you bought, 2 items, you get 50% off the second one. So the elephants are already gone. I will be making more, but at the current time, those are gone. After I did the earrings, then I was inspired to do some necklaces and so forth. And what really actually got me onto that, before I didn't show the rest of these, was the flowers. The flowers are really what inspired me, and I think these absolutely beautiful. Because I have the hibiscus, which of course I love hibiscus. They are such. I used to have a beautiful hibiscus plant. The bromeliad there too, which is another one I used to have for a very long time. And so I think those are beautiful. And so forth. Again, lighting isn't great. After that, it inspired me to do some necklaces to go with some of these. So I have some orchids and things and different other kind of flowers. Locusts. But that inspired me to do some necklaces. And again, now there are earrings that match this, but I sell earrings and necklaces separately because people like me who are allergic to any kind of metal cannot wear earrings. So I don't want to, have people lose out on the necklace. Necklaces are adjustable. Now this one, because it is longer, it can adjust much shorter than it is right now. So again, it would be, fairly long. You can make it longer if you want to. And then I have it in a shorter version. And again, this one I do have the earrings with it here. But like I said, they are sold separately. So with the 3 flowers. And again, if any of these, if you like this style, you just want the 3 flowers because you want it to be the shorter length or whatever, but you want it in the red, that can be done. You can custom order anything like that. I do have the custom order page on my website. That is something you can just say, I saw the earrings, but I would like it, explain to me, or I'll call you, email, say, if I have all that stuff, I will get in contact with you and find out exactly what you want and try to make it. I also have a necklace that matches these, and it has the 5 hibiscus, but it is a shorter length necklace because it does not have the leaves in between. So the flowers are, flowers here, flowers there. So, the whole necklace is probably about that long with where the flowers are. So it can be made shorter, and has those hibiscus on it. So from there, I went on to be inspired. I had bought some leather for tote bags, and I hadn't really done much with that. So I decided, again, the frogs were my thing, and these ideas just come to me in my head. So the leaves and things, and the bromeliad plant and so forth. So I did this rainforest bag. If you can see it, it has little frogs hidden. There are 7 frogs hidden in the picture, on the pocket. That is pocket on the front of the bag. It has a clasp closure here, and so forth. Inside all the bags, they have long crossbody handles, which are getting tangled up at the cover tag. But it's a full zipper compartment across the back, and so forth. And so this bag is, 12 by 12. I don't have the measurements in front of me, or 14 by 14. It's pretty much kind of square. This one was, of course, inspired by the flowers and things. And, of course, it's teal leather. It's like, what can I do in teal? I was going to do this originally, but then I thought, well, the green leaves won't look so good on the teal bag. But actually, I think it kind of looks nice. So you've got the 3 butterflies, and you've got the hibiscus plant. Those are, sewn and secured on. That's a pocket here. Again, it has the clasp closure, has a zipper compartment inside, just like the other one. Full length of the back of the bag. And so forth. And then this one is not on the website because this one is not perfect. My handles on this are not centered. I screwed up. I don't know what I did, but I screwed up on that. So the handles are a little off center, but this one has some Macaws on it. So if you were interested in this one, you'd have to email me. We can talk about it. The handle is not quite even in the front there, but also a beautiful teal on it. So that pretty much encompasses the collection. Nope, I didn't show these. And then after those, I had these. These are the wall decor. These are a hexagon frame. It's, I think, 10 inches, the square side from here to here where I'm holding. It's 10 inches across. Has it 3D butterflies. So this is a sunset moth, dog face. You see the little dog face? Dog face, and of course a monarch. And again, this has the hibiscus. And a tiger swallowtail, and it's a hair streak, crowned hair streak. I have a crowned hair streak and a royal hair streak, and I always get the two mixed up, so I had to think a minute. So those are some other items in the collection. So that pretty much wraps up in the collection. Like I said, if you join my VIPs, you will get early bird access to the next collection that launches. I send an email about once a week. I do not send too much more than that, sometimes less than that, if through the winter and stuff when I don't have a lot of shows and things going on. I live in New Hampshire, so show season starts from May and goes, till November or whatever. But in the winter months, I'm making products. I'm not selling. I'm only selling online and so forth. 10% of everything I sell from this collection will be donated to the rainforest. I did that when I was a teacher. One of the things we would do with the, especially if we had the theme was the end of the year, it also included the graduation, which had like the 60 people come, and we would make candles and soaps and bookmarks and stickers and calendars and raise money to send to the Rainforest Action Network. And so this year, again, with this collection, I am going to do the same. So 10% of all my profits are going to be sent to the Rainforest Action Network from this collection. Another way that if you want to get a discount on some of my products, if you leave a Google review, I will, you email me and let me know. I'm not sure if somebody leaves me a review on there, I will give you a $10 gift card. So that will be like a discount code to buy $10 off something on my website. So if you see my things in person and so forth like that, if you do things or purchase something, I would really appreciate that. That's what helps the small business grow. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for now. If you have any questions, you can certainly email me. You can, call me. You're going to get me. I'm a one-person show. My husband is here. He generally won't answer the phone, especially if he thinks it's maybe a business call or whatever. He'll let the answering machine pick it up. Or you're going to talk to me. So leave a message, though. It is a generic message on the machine because I don't know how to change it. That's going to wrap it up for now. Thank you very much. Please share this with your friends. Leave a comment. Anything like that helps a small business like mine grow. I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.